Hey everyone, welcome to another weekly update at Fishy Business. We're now into June now and the heat of the summer is on, so let's take you through Fishy Business and show you a little bit about what's going on this week. Come with me. Right behind me, we've kind of moved it out where everybody can see it, but just a quick reminder of the raffle that's going on till the end of the month. We have this column tank right here. It's going to be good for fresh or salt water. If you look back to some of the Aquashella videos and see some of the neons and some of the things moving in circular motion around this type of aquarium, you'll see that it really is a cool focal point regardless of the style house, apartment that you might have. And for a $5 raffle ticket, you could win it. So it's a $1,300 aquarium. We're raffling it off. Come by anytime you make a purchase. You can buy a raffle ticket or you can get 5 tickets for 20 bucks. So take a chance when you come in and take a look at it, see if it's something that you might be interested in. Coming through the store, not a lot of new arrivals this week. Oh, I want to show you real quick how the Red Sea Reef tank is doing with the new Red Sea Reef lights. If you'll kind of take a look at it, you'll see the progression in 1 week. Again, we mentioned it last week, but very affordable, under $500 reef system to where you've got 2 feet of space. Wonderful light to illuminate any 2 feet of space that you have in your aquarium. We really like them so far. Very compact, very user-friendly. Check them out. Coming through here, the Fluval FX4s and the FX6s are finally back in stock. This is my favorite canister filter of the moment. The FX6s are fantastic because it's a big canister filter that has a smart pump that the pump actually shuts off at 1 time a day to allow everything to settle and then automatically starts back up. The chamber in there is fantastic for putting in things like ChemiPure, any type of biomedia, any type of filtration that you might use. And while we don't typically use canister filters on saltwater, we really relegate that to protein skimmers and things like that. I have been using the FX6 on some of the larger saltwater tanks that we've been installing with fantastic results, both for polishing the water and for using as a big chamber filter. But the FX6, FX4, fantastic way to filter your tank to keep everything from hanging off the back, underneath the stand. It's very, very user-friendly, so something to check out for sure. Now come with me, let's go take a look at some fish that came in this week. Okay, so a fish I can't recall having any time in recent is the gold Japanese rice fish, the blue star endlers. These are really, really cool fish. If you look at this fish right here, though very, very small, it's got blues and reds in it. Very, very beautiful. A lot of small fish really pop in small tanks. Whereas, yeah, of course, they would get lost in a 55-gallon tank or larger. These fish do wonderful for your desk aquariums, your nano aquariums. Even a tank that would have small shrimp, these fish would be okay in because they're not going to give them too hard of a time. These are some different types of fish and they'd be really cool in your tank. I can't recall having these. These are baby flagtail insignis. They are a type of tetra. They are a silver with a black and silver tail in a flag-like pattern, I guess you could say. They are schooling wonderfully. I've watched these fish for the last few minutes just hang out together. They're really, really cool, and they really pop in a planted tank with a lot of greenery. Also in here, I've got glass catfish, which are really cool. We don't always have those, but Kevin's gotten a really nice array of those. Beautiful glass cats this week. Rounding the corner are some of the prettiest cardinal tetras I've seen in a long time. Again, even in this nano tank, look at them schooled. And with the small amount of plants and decorations in there, these are beautiful. These will go fast. So know that they came in today and they're looking fantastic. On to the shrimp. Check out the shrimp. I mean, blues. This week we've got some green shrimp, yellows, reds, multicolored. The neocardinas are awesome. They're just a fantastic shrimp. And staying in the same family, we've got some Papua New Guinea crayfish this week. This electric orange right here. It's absolutely fantastic. These 2 crayfish we have not had, I don't know, it's been a very, very long time. We only got 1 of each. The other is right here. This blue moon. Gorgeous variegation, blue arms, blue legs, and a kind of a cadmium green body. Just really cool, really cool. So something we have not had in a long time are freshwater moray eels. And these don't come around that often, and they don't come around that often at what I would call a great price, but they did this week. Freshwater moray eels are in this week. That's as close to a saltwater eel as you're gonna find. We got in albino clawed frogs. These are great when they're little, but they get massive, so if you have big fish, an albino clawed frog might work for you. They'll eat anything that they can swallow, but in a predatory situation where you want something cool, a really cool aquatic frog, we've had them really big in here before, that might be something for you. I got fire eels in. Cool little fire eel just came in today. I haven't had these in a while. We got peacock eels in as well. So a lot of eels, a lot of really cool oddballs this week. Cool Congo tetras. We got a great school at a great size. In my opinion, this is the perfect time to buy Congo tetras. They're not too big, they're not too small. They're just now starting to get the elaborate finish that really makes them beautiful in a planted aquarium or in any tropical environment. You put the Congo tetras together like that, they're impressive, especially with rainbows or any other larger tetras that can kind of fend for themselves. They're great with oddballs too, like your black ghost, knife fish, even the eels we were just showing you. I want to show you all the large fish that have come in this week. We've got, it's not always, but we get trade-ins quite a bit, and now we're just at a heavy end of them. I've got a large red devil that you see right here. I've got another one right here. I've got an extra large wolf cichlid right over here, a dovey. I've got some major oysters, both albino and the normal reds. We've got them everywhere in some of our larger tanks. If you're in the market, if you have a large aquarium, you have an aggressive aquarium, you have a bunch of different types of fish that you want to add for kind of a wow factor, look in the upper tanks all around the store in the freshwater section. We've got them all out everywhere. There are multiple large fish this week. Lots of cool African cichlids this week. The OB zebras, the rusty zebras, socolophis, the ACIs, sunshine peacocks with the Africans this week, albinos. We've got a lot of Africans in this week. A new kind of refreshing batch, so to speak. A lot of great colors, a lot of strong oranges, a lot of strong blues and blacks. So if you need some color pop in your African cichlid tank, or you're starting a new tank and you want to go with African cichlids, this is a great way to go. Okay, so in the thick of pond season, what's the one thing you need? You need pond fish. Well, we got them. Kevin has brought in some beautiful pond fish this week. While we tend to harp on the koi and things like that, the Sarasa comets he got in this week really have some nice colors. The white on the red, every single one seems to have its own unique pattern, and these are very healthy looking goldfish. The Sarasa comets are nice because they're not as expensive as koi, and they tend to do very well and get some serious size in a pond. So Sarasa comets are great. Calicos shabunkins, the same thing. We do have assorted koi, and for those mosquitoes, we have the blue orse, which are a mosquito fish that will eat the mosquitoes in your pond. So these are great to have for this reason. There are some assorted butterflies, celestial goldfish, and tons of pretty orandas, large shabunkins, bubble eyes, and black moors this week. So those look fantastic. So let's go maybe check out some of the saltwater fish. Come with me. So new in saltwater this week. We just got in a dragon wrasse. This was actually a trade-in, so it came out of somebody's aquarium. We love it when this happens because it means to us that the fish is proven. A lot of times when you get in fish from the wild or even captive bred and it comes from the breeder, you never really know what you're going to get. But once a fish has been established in someone's aquarium, then we know how healthy it can be or should be, and it makes for a much better purchase for you guys. So the dragon wrasse that just came in is new. Great little fish. It's great in a reef when it's small. When it does get big, it can be a little messy as far as kicking up sand, things like that. But while it's small, it's a great reef fish for a little while. Midnight clownfish are in, and the ever uncompromising marine beta. Marine betas are really cool because it's a dwarf grouper. It will go in a lot of reef tanks. It's been a kind of a popular grouper for a reef. As long as it stays smaller than the average shrimp you have, it'll do well with small inverts and things like that. So that is a great fish. One of my favorite triggers is in this week, the sargassum trigger. This trigger is beautiful. It has almost a powder blue sheen to it. He's a little spooked right now, but it has a powder blue right over the eye as well. It has a lot of contrasting blues with some oranges, but a very, very beautiful trigger. It is not an aggressive trigger, so that's a great fish too, as well. The squareback anthias, I think we mentioned last week. I still have it. This is a fantastic reef fish. Stays out. It's not intimidated very much. It's not aggressive at all. So that is a great reef fish. A small naso tang came in this week, a blonde naso tang at that. This is a great size to get fish. We don't talk about this a lot, but whenever you're purchasing fish, it's always easy to try to want to get the biggest fish that you can. But I usually urge people to get them as small as they can. Smaller is better because the fish hasn't been adjusted to life in the wild as long, and its adaptability seems to be quicker if it's younger. And the compatibility with other fish too, there's a lot of less aggression. As you can see from the powder, from the purple tang and the yellow tang cohabitating in the 180 over there, it's because they're both small. They haven't gotten to that point where aggression is necessary as it is when larger fish need more space. So anyway, Grant, let's go look at what else I got. The blue ring angel, or what we call the annularis, came in this week. This is a great fish. It's not necessarily reef safe, but if you have a fish only aquarium, this is a stud that does very, very well. This particular one has fantastic girth, really good weight on him. He's eating aggressively. We've had him for a couple weeks now, but we've had him in quarantine, so he hasn't actually been out in general population. But he is doing fantastic. He is worry-free. This is a great fish. Juvenile emperor angel. I think you've seen in a couple of videos, or maybe at least one. This is the juvenile version, and right around here I have the adult version. The imperator, or the emperor angel. All of your major Holocanthus angels go through a morphing change. This is so that they blend into the reef and they aren't attacked by predators when they're young. So you have the choice this week of a full-grown adult or one that looks like a blue and white thumbprint. So that's a really cool fish. Check this guy out. Red-tailed butterfly. Not something I would recommend for your reef, but this guy's eating. We're not big proponents of butterflies here at Fishy Business. Only if I can get one in here that I know is eating and doing well will we even put it out or buy it or try to sell it. But this is a good one, and it's not a very expensive fish. Frostbite clownfish we got in this week. A couple Koran angels are back in stock. Really, really cool. Talking about small fish again, I got in a baby clown tang. Now, clown tangs, Cantharus lineatus. This can be a very difficult fish, no lie. Whenever I can get a small one that comes in that's eating, that has good weight, again like the butterfly, this could be a good time to try a clown tang. Now, the longest I have ever personally kept one alive in a service account has been about 2.5 years. I don't know why that is. Everything can be perfect and the fish still not work out very well. But this is a pretty good specimen. This is one I would try in service, and probably will if it doesn't sell this weekend. But this is a beautiful, beautiful specimen of a fish that, when it gets large, is a gorgeous, non-threatening tang. So, really cool tang there. I think I also, another fairy wrasse, the blue side fairy wrasse. As with all Parachelenus and Salabrius wrasses, they usually come in eating. Fantastic for that reason. They stay out. They're not intimidated by larger fish unless someone literally, like a triggerfish or something, was trying to eat them. They are a great fish to have in a reef tank. And I think I got a Labuki or a Lavix fairy wrasse. I did. I got a Lavix fairy wrasse. That actually came in today. So really, really cool fish here. Let's go to the back where the inverts are and see if there's anything new back there. Something really cool I want to show you. There are a species of snail, the Necarious snails, which burrow into live sand in a saltwater aquarium. This is great because they help to oxygenate the sand, they help to kind of keep things moving, and they're incredibly cool to watch, as I'm going to demo right now. Now, if you'll slowly watch the sand bed as these pellets fall, you'll start to see the sand rumble a little bit. You'll see a kind of like a tube-like projection stick up out of the sand, and then all of a sudden you'll be greeted by all the Necarious snails that you don't normally see. If you look right here and right here, they're coming out of the sand. just the mere hint of food in the water and they pop right up. Normally we have about 50 to 100 in here. We sold a ton of them last weekend. So that's why you're not seeing more activity probably, but you can watch along here and see little tubules popping out of the sand, and they are all apt to hunt the food. So while we sold all the gorgonians out of this tank last week, the one thing we haven't sold, and a little update for those of you who were there at the beginning of the videos a few months ago, our little baby sharks that were in the eggs, well, they're growing and we haven't placed them in homes yet. So if you've ever wanted a real shark, our baby sharks are growing now. You can kind of see how big they were from earlier videos when they had just hatched and were born. One is a bit darker than the other, so they kind of have the yin and yang thing going on, but really cute and in search of a home if you would like to give them one. This is Chuck Mayer, Fishy Business. Thanks for watching the weekly update. We'll be back next week with some more stuff. Don't forget to enter the raffle for the column tank. Win it if you come in. And Fishy Business SC on YouTube. Please subscribe. Tell us how we're doing. Tell us what we can do for you. Have a great week.